What is going on, my good old friends of YouTube? It's Stas here. Welcome back to another video. So before we dive into the video, before we talk about the futures, the markets, kind of what my game plan is for this week, stocks I'm looking at, earnings I'm paying attention to, before we do all that, make sure to get your free money from Moomoo. You get up to 5 free shares of stock. You heard that right. 5 free shares of stock, each up to $3,500. All you guys got to do is use my link down below, deposit at least $100, and on top of those 5 stocks, you could get 1 free share of Twitter. You heard that right. 1 free share of Twitter. Use that link down below, deposit at least $100, and you get your free money. And with that being said, guys, cheers. Happy Mother's Day to everybody out there, and let's get right into the video. Well, I guess not everybody. Obviously, all the mothers out there, happy Mother's Day to you. So let's get into the video, guys, and let's just go over what the heck's going on, because right now the market futures are not looking good. The S&P is down 0.9%. Take a look here. The E-mini S&P 500 futures. And by the way, it's about 7:40 p.m. So these futures have been open for almost 2 hours at this point. And yeah, S&P is down 0.9%. We have the Russell futures. Let's see. Those are down over 1%, 1.1% pretty much. We have the NASDAQ futures. NASDAQ, let's see here. Those are down. Did I say Russell's up? I meant they're down 1%. I don't know. I'm mumbling my words, jumbling my words, guys. The NASDAQ is down 0.8%, same as the S&P futures, and we have the Dow futures. Let's see here. Those are down about 0.8% as well. Gold's down 0.1%, silver's down 0.25%, so we're pretty much red all across the board, continuing the red that we saw on Friday. If you guys remember, on Friday, the markets did not do well at all. The S&P went down 0.6%, Russell down 1.7% on Friday, NASDAQ down 1.2%, the Dow went down roughly 0.3%, actually exactly 0.3%. So Friday was not good. The futures right now, although they can flip-flop overnight, you know, just because they're red right now, it doesn't mean they'll be red tomorrow. But yeah, they're red now, which means the selling, the pain, the blood in the streets is continuing from Friday, and even from earlier than Friday. I mean, all of last week was a freaking bloodbath, guys, other than that one day where we got a little pop from the Fed. You know, other than that, it's just been red after red after red, bloodbath after bloodbath. And looks like, based on these futures, you know, if this red holds into tomorrow, we're likely to break the lows here on SPY. The lows are about 405. You guys can see that here on the hourly chart and on the 4-hour. If we break 405, you know, this could easily go under 400 this week. And I'll be honest, guys, if we do break under 400, I think we're going to get some sort of extended relief rally. I'm not saying it's going to be a 3-month relief rally or something crazy like that, but all I'm saying is we might get something similar to what we got, you know, after that Fed meeting. I don't know. Maybe not as extreme as that, but we got to get something. You know, if this breaks 400, goes to 395, you know, we're going to get some sort of rally at that point. And on top of that, or what could cause a potential rally or maybe even more blood, you know, the CPI data. We have the CPI data for April coming out this, what is it, on Tuesday, right? Typically on Tuesday or maybe Wednesday this week, May 11th, whatever day that is. It's coming out at 8:30 a.m. on the East Coast. So CPI data, guys, we're going to see if inflation is getting hotter, if it's cooling off, if it's staying the same. You know, last month, we had 8.5%, I think, on the 8.5 on the dot, maybe a little bit less, a little bit, maybe 8.4, something like that, percent inflation. So we'll see if it comes a lot lower than that, a lot higher than that. Obviously, that's going to fluctuate these markets pretty aggressively based on what we've seen in the past. And I'm not sure. I haven't seen projections on the CPI data, but let's just say it's not falling down. Inflation is not coming down in a major way anytime soon. So just keep that in mind, guys. Inflation is likely to be elevated, right, this month as well, and for the next couple of months. So Triple Q looks like it already took the lows out last week. It hit a fresh low on Friday or maybe Thursday. We hit 305. So this could go lower. I mean, if this goes under 300, like I said with SPY, it's going to be oversold. we're going to need some sort of relief rally. So what do you guys think about that? And mind you, look at these channels. I mean, or this channel on Triple Q, and I'm not sure if I have it drawn out for SPY as well, but overall, we are at the bottom of this downwards channel. And look, we've seen relief rallies time and time again. Each time we've gotten way oversold, and I'm actually seeing a bullish divergence here on the 4-hour chart with the RSI. So this could end up playing out. You know, if we get that one big move to the downside, maybe get it out of the way Monday, Tuesday, you know, we get that flush to the downside, this thing might see a spike up. We got to wait and see. It's up in the air. Really, it's going to be, it's all going to come down to the CPI data, right, guys? We got to wait and see what goes down with that. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Make sure to smash that like button if you haven't done so already, and subscribe, because now we're getting into the meat and potatoes of the video, guys. Cheers again. Let's talk about what's going on with these stocks. We have a lot of stocks this week reporting. We have 10 that we're going to talk about in this video, and if you guys stick till the end, we'll do 4 bonus ones, rapid fire, so make sure you guys stick on throughout. So stock number 1, which is going through some short-term turmoil right now, let's be honest, it's Disney, you know, DIS. This is one that all of you guys in my Patreon know. I haven't been buying many individual stocks for the long term, but the ones that I've been buying, the small group, you know, Disney's one of them. Disney's one of them that I've been buying pretty aggressively lately. You know, honestly, I've been buying from the 130s and under. You know, that's where I've been buying Disney. And now that it's at $100 a share, 110, and went down 2% on Friday, they report earnings on the 11th, which I think is on Wednesday. What is it on Wednesday, guys? The 9th is Monday. Yeah, 10th Tuesday, Wednesday the 11th. So with Disney reporting, you know, if this thing goes under 100 somehow, you know, I'm going to be buying a lot more Disney for the long term. And of course, you know, they're going through some troubles right now, like a lot of companies do, and people are selling the stock. But does that make a difference to me? Not really, for the long term, right? Not really. You know, if I like a company, if I ask myself the question, you know, is Disney going to be here in 10 years? And the answer is yes. And then I ask myself another question, right? Will this matter? What's going on right now, the short-term turmoil, will this matter in 10 years? No, it won't matter. So when I ask myself these questions, you know, Disney, and not to mention, you know, the numbers I ran, the valuation, you know, it's starting to get very attractive. It makes sense for me to buy it here. And I'm not telling you to buy it, but for me, it makes sense to add to it. And I'm not one of these guys that, again, when the markets are crashing, I've mentioned this. I think I was talking about this on my TikTok. Make sure to follow me on TikTok, guys, at StasSurfS. I've been going live on TikTok. If you guys want to see me live, sometimes sporadically throughout the day, I just pop up my phone, I put it right here, and then I go live on TikTok. So if you want to go follow me on there, make sure to go follow me on there. We're at about 20,000 followers on TikTok. But I mentioned, look, when I buy stocks during a big crash that we're seeing right now, well, not a big crash yet, but during a correction, bear market, when I'm buying stocks, I like to focus on 3 to 5. You know, I'm not just throwing what's the saying here? Throwing crap at the wall and see what sticks, right? That's not what I'm doing during the crash. You know, a lot of people, they would, let's say they have $100,000, they're going to buy 50 stocks for $2,000 a piece, right? That's not what I'm doing here. I'm looking at a couple of stocks. I'm focusing on those, my favorite companies for the long term, and I'm just buying those. And at the end of the day, these companies include, you know, Disney, Google. There's a couple other ones, and these are ones that I believe in and I want to add money into, and there's no need to just spread the money across. I don't know why I'm going on the side tangent, but you guys know what I mean, right? So Disney's one of those companies that I'm focusing on, and they report earnings on Wednesday. Their average EPS is looking to come in at $1.06, and this is according to Yahoo Finance, guys. I got all these numbers from Yahoo Finance. Average EPS, $1.06. Average revenue, about $18.75 billion. So we'll see what happens with Disney, guys. You know, overall, it's still in a downtrend rather. And quite frankly, you know, I don't want to piss you guys off, but I hope Disney goes under $100. I will be loading the boat on Disney, and I don't care if you guys get mad at me. You know, I know there's some Disney haters out there. I don't care. I'm going to be loading the boat, and I guarantee you in 5 years, well, I'm not guaranteeing you. I'm saying this to myself, and I might be wrong. Who knows? But I think in 5 years, Disney is going to be a bigger company. It's going to do well, and I'm going to make a good return on my investment. We'll see. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm thinking right now, guys. So Disney, we're watching it. Dutch Bros. Although I've never had Dutch Bros before, ticker symbol BROS. I will still be watching it this week as this company reports earnings on Wednesday with an average EPS estimate of one penny, guys, and average revenue of about $145 million. Shout out to, remember, when Trump would say those speeches and he'd be like, million, the way he says, I don't know why he says that crap like that, but that provided comedy for my days, guys, back when he would have those speeches sometimes. Freaking hilarious. Anyway, earnings are on the 11th. For Dutch Bros, $145 million is expected based on Yahoo Finance. And look at this chart. Look at this chart. What we're noticing is a death cross, number one. Right, we have that 50 SMA under the 180 SMA on this 4-hour chart. But number two, we're noticing it is holding higher lows, right? 45 is holding right now. We held about 42 a couple weeks ago. We held 39, 40 back in the beginning of the year. So we're in this wedge, although we are, again, like I said, seeing a death cross. I believe if buyers step in, and push this thing, let's say back over 47, 48, maybe they report good numbers, yada, 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 expand. We got to see the expansion of the business, plans, guidance on that. And we might get a pop back above 50. If this stock breaks the moving averages, which are right around $50, this could end up going bananas. So keep your eyes on Dutch Bros, guys. Palantir. It's one of those stocks that is the most hated, one of the most hated, and it's talked about a lot on YouTube, right? And full disclosure, I do not own Palantir, and quite frankly, I don't plan on buying Palantir. I'm not saying it's a crappy stock, but going back to what I said before, during crashes, I like focusing on companies, blue chip stocks that I want to add for the long term. And no offense to Palantir holders, but this company is unprofitable, and I already have a decent amount of spec positions at this point, so I don't want to go and throw money into Palantir, but who knows? Never say never. This week, they do report earnings on the 9th, which is tomorrow on Monday, probably pre-market. Pre-market tomorrow, so this is probably the first company that we're going to talk about tomorrow that is reporting. So they went down 6% on Friday. Now it's the stock's back under $10 a share, which is not good. And mind you guys, the lows were hit back in the end of February at about $9.40. And now we're trading at $9.50. The stock closed at $9.48 on Friday. So it seems like, I'm not a rocket scientist, guys, but look at this chart. Does this chart not seem like it wants to go lower? And if they do report bad numbers, if they miss on EPS, revenue, guidance is bad, this could easily go to the $8 range. No freaking problem. We've seen, look at these past earnings reports. Not saying that previous, the past can predict the future. We're not saying that, but the past two reports, for reference, the stock collapsed after both of them. Look, 2 reports ago in November, the stock was at $28. It went down to $22 after the report. The past report back in February, it went from $14.50 to $9. After the report, it completely collapsed. So keep your eyes on Palantir, guys. And again, never say never. If this thing collapses, I might have to put a little money into it, maybe as a trade, but probably not as a long-term investment, guys, for me. Just being honest. But as a trade, I might consider it, right? Oh, and I almost forgot to mention, average EPS estimate for Palantir is 4 cents, and average revenue estimate is $443 million, which is expected to be up 33 to about 34% year over year. So they're growing pretty nicely, 35% year over year. But we got to see the guidance, guys. This we have the estimates here, but we don't have the guidance for the next quarter for the full year 22. So we'll see what they think for the rest of this year, and of course anything else they have to say, which could thus fluctuate the stock. We got to wait and see the report, guys. Peloton. Let's pull up Peloton, PTON, which this stock is notorious for getting slaughtered. This stock was, what was it, $180 a share? Jesus, guys. $170 a share. Now it's at $15 a share. Oh, my goodness. Not to toot my own horn, but you guys know, if you've been watching my channel, I have dogged on Peloton, even when it was over $100. I was telling you guys, look, this is way overhyped, and now it's down 95%. So proof's in the pudding, right? Proof is in the pudding. They report on the 10th, which is on Tuesday. They report in the morning, most likely. Let me double check that. 7:30 a.m. Central Standard Time on Tuesday is when Peloton is reporting, and their average EPS estimate is negative 83 cents. Average revenue is about $972 million. And I want to know, what was their best quarter? I should look into this. What was their best quarter for revenue back in the pandemic days? Early pandemic. It had to have been over $1 billion, well over $1 billion. So their revenue, I'm speculating here. I didn't actually look at the numbers, so go look at this for yourself. But their revenue's got to be down from those quarters that we saw back then. But either way, the stock's down a lot. It's in a downtrend, so we got to be careful with it. And let's see, last time they reported, you guys remember 2 times ago when they reported, 2 quarters ago, this was $91 and went to $45 a couple days later. So that was a catastrophe. And the last time they reported, believe it or not, the stock did go up a lot, from $25 to $40. So let's see, maybe they're surprised, maybe Peloton rips, who the heck knows. And for me, guys, I'm going to have my popcorn, I'm going to have my soda, I'm going to be on the sidelines. I'm not touching Peloton. Same thing with Palantir, for, most likely, right? So, watch out for those. Watch out for Peloton. Roblox is another one which has been devastated. This stock was $140 back in November. Now it's at $27, down about 82%. Roblox reports earnings on the 11th, which is on a Wednesday morning. Yeah, Wednesday morning, Roblox reports, and their average EPS estimate is negative 22 cents. Average revenue estimate is $640 million, which is expected to be up roughly 27% year over year. So not too shabby. I'm sure their growth has come down a bit in terms of revenue as well. Same with Peloton. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I bet my life savings their revenues come down a little bit in terms of that growth percentage, and that's not going to be permanent. Their revenue percentage could easily start ramping back up. This company is not that big of a company at the end of the day, and you guys should know, when companies are smaller, right, they grow faster. Think about it. If you're a $1 trillion company, are you going to keep growing 50% every year? At that rate, you're going to be a $10 trillion company in a couple of years. So, no, that's unrealistic. But if you are a $500 million company, could you grow revenue 50% a year for 10 years? Absolutely. You can do that. I don't want to say it's rare, but it takes a special kind of company to do that, but it's still very, very possible. So let me pull up Roblox and see what their market cap is. Wow, it's still a pretty big market cap. It's not massive, but it's 16 billion market cap. And Jesus, guys, that goes to show. I'm sure they've diluted shareholders, but that goes to show, when the stock was at its peak, that market cap was probably pushing 100 billion. Jeez, that's pretty crazy. Was it, guys? If you guys weren't watching Roblox, was it $100 billion market cap? Was it at 75? I don't know. We got to go back and check those historical numbers. But overall, Roblox is one that I'm watching for this week. The next one that I'm watching is good old Tyson Foods. We're changing pace here, guys. We're going from Roblox, Palantir, to good old Tyson Foods, who makes chicken and a bunch of other products, but it's mostly chicken, right? Different variants of chicken. And I'm sure if you guys, eat chicken, you probably know Tyson Foods, right? So this stock is, the chart looks pretty decent. That's first and foremost. Another thing worth mentioning is we have a double top here at about $100. We had $100 back in the early days of February. Also just recently in the end of April. So we got that double top, but we are uptrending still. Look. Higher lows after higher low after higher low. Now we're holding at about $90. So if this thing bounces from 90 to 95, $100, that's possible. And this stock, believe it or not, has done well, in terms of earnings the past 1 or 2 quarters. It looks like the last quarter, I remember this actually, the stock reported and it went up 12% on the day or in 1 or 2 days. So Tyson's worth watching. Their average EPS estimate is $1.88. Average revenue estimate is $12.84 billion. And they report earnings tomorrow, probably in the morning. Let's see here. Yeah, before market, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time is when good old Tyson Foods is reporting. So I'm going to set my alert. Where should I put it? Maybe $92 a share. Mark is at or above $92 a share. And we'll see where it goes from there. Now let's talk about Norwegian Cruise Lines. When I tell you guys this number here, it's going to blow your socks off. Let's get to that in a second. Earnings are, oops, my iPad just died. Crap, my iPad just died. Dang it, guys. Good thing I have my phone right here. No worries. The average EPS estimate for Norwegian Cruise Lines, and before we say that, they report on the 10th, which the 10th is on Tuesday. Their average EPS estimate is negative $1.53. Okay, losing money. Not surprised there. Their average revenue estimate is $737 million, which, get this, guys, this is crazy. That is up 23,000%. I can't even say that without laughing. 23,000% year over year. Let me say that again. If they do 700 million, or which they probably are in that ballpark, 730, 700, 750, whatever the heck it ends up coming in at, that's going to be growth of 23,000% year over year. And it makes sense, guys, because these cruise lines, obviously they're not growing at ridiculous rates like that. I mean, technically they are, but it's because the cruise lines were literally shut down. That's why they're growing at these disgusting rates year over year. So, yeah, pretty crazy. Norwegian's reporting, and this stock's down overall a ton. It's down a ton since that $30 high. It is down about 40%. So I'm going to be watching this one this week. The CCL report, it's got to, right? Coming up soon. Or actually, no, they reported a couple weeks ago, back in the end of March. Does RCL report, Royal Caribbean? Oh, wow, they just reported on the 5th, and this stock tanked. Oh, my goodness. So is that kind of foreshadowing what's going to happen with Norwegian Cruise Line? I really hope not. But overall, I'm watching. Well, I don't really care either way, honestly. I don't have money in any of the cruise lines, but we'll wait and see what happens, guys, with NCLH. Upstart is another one. They report on the 9th, which is tomorrow, and they might be after hours, after the bell. Let's take a look here. Upstart reports, yep, after the bell tomorrow. Their average EPS estimate is 51 cents. Not bad. That's profitable. And their average revenue estimate is about $300 million, which is up 160% year over year. Another nice grower. Obviously not 23,000%, but 150%, 160%. Very solid. And when it comes to Upstart, let's see, I guarantee you this market cap's tiny. Not tiny, but very small compared to others. Yeah, market cap $7 billion. So a company like this, it could continue to grow. Maybe not 150% year over year. I mean, that's a bit unrealistic for the long term. Very unrealistic. But it could grow at a good chunk for years to come. For years to come, guys. So watch out for Upstart. It's down a crap ton. It is down about 80%, and it's in a downtrend clearly under the moving averages. So we got to wait and see what this one ends up doing in these next couple of days with earnings coming up. The next stock is, let's see here, Blink Charging, guys. Blink Charging, which last I checked, this one still has a very high short interest. I think it's probably in the 30 to 40% range. So I'm not saying it's going to squeeze for sure, but if anything crazy comes out during earnings, guidance is very strong, or something wild out of left field or right field, whatever side you want to pick, right? If something comes out of the way, or out of left field, this stock could squeeze. It might not go to $50 or something crazy where 4X's or 3X's, but it could run from 17 back to the 20s, no problem. I mean, we've seen Blink Charging go up 30% in a day in a couple of days many times. We've done that. We've seen that many times. And this one's growing a lot as well. Their average EPS estimate, and mind you, they report earnings tomorrow after the bell. Their average EPS estimate is 41 cents in the red, negative 41 cents. Average revenue estimate, $6.87 million, which is up about 250% year over year. Wild. That's crazy growth, guys. Crazy growth. Let me get some coffee. Hold on. Cheers. So, yeah, We're watching out for Blink, BLNK. It is down a lot, like a lot of these stocks are. And mind you guys, a lot of the companies reporting this week, they are, I don't want to say they're crappy companies per se, but let's just say they're not blue chip companies. Out of the stocks we have talked about in this video, literally none of them are blue chip. Except for Disney. None of them are blue chip. I don't know. Tyson Foods is not blue chip. No freaking chance. That's the only one you could maybe make an argument, but no chance. Disney's really the only one out of the ones we've talked about today that are blue chip. And, we're going to be watching all these companies, guys. Blink is one that could be a short squeeze candidate. SoFi is one that I'm not saying is a short squeeze candidate, but it's also one that we got to be watching. They report in 2 days on Tuesday. Average EPS estimate, negative 14 cents. Average revenue estimate, $286 million for SoFi. And this stock has been bludgeoned to death, down 75%. And I can tell you, SoFi is not blue chip, guys. It's one of those that's unprofitable. It's high growth, but it's one of those that, again, is unprofitable. And what's been going on, guys, obviously the past couple of months, these unprofitable high growth stocks, they have been destroyed. SoFi is one of those. It's in that camp, right? So those are 10 stocks to watch out for this week, guys. SoFi, Blink Charging, Upstart, Norwegian, Tyson Foods, Roblox, Peloton, Palantir, Dutch Bros, and Disney. And full disclosure, out of all of those stocks, I literally only own one of them. Disney is the only one that I own, and we do have some other ones, but I don't want to go too deep into those because this video is already 25 minutes long, so let's wrap it up. I'll shout the other ones out. Occidental Petroleum is this week on, I think, Wednesday. Let me double check that. Tuesday for Occidental Petroleum. We have Lemonade this week, which is another speculative growth stock that's been destroyed. That's on the 9th tomorrow. Novavax we have this week as well, which is down a lot. They report on Monday. And we also have Duke Energy, which I guess you can say this one, I don't know if it's a blue chip, maybe. I don't know. It's subjective, right? I don't know. But it's a quality company. You can't deny that. It's quality. And the chart shows, it proves it. The chart proves it because it has been doing well over the past couple of months as obviously the markets have been destroyed. So Duke is one. It's worth watching. It's reporting on the 9th tomorrow before the market opens. If this starts breaking 112, we might take the highs out. So I'm going to set my alert for Duke at $112. And with that being said, guys, that's it. Smash the like button, subscribe, drop me a comment, join my Patreon if you want to, get all my buys, sells, call outs. You get real-time updates, all that good stuff, morning videos, Discord access. That is linked down below. And do not forget to get your free money from Moomoo, up to 5 free shares of stock, each up to $3,500, and you have a chance at a free share of Twitter. All you got to do is use that link down below, deposit at least $100, and just like that, you get your free money. And with that being said, let's wrap the video up. It's almost 8:15. Let's get the video up to you guys. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.